everybody, welcome back. I'm going to cover the next lesson, Amplify. This is on the Phineas gauge unit, so I'm going to click to it real fast. It is Unit 7C, Subunit 1, Lesson 4. Phineas has a stroke of luck. I think it's a really funny title that they gave this one, because a stroke of luck for this guy was having a giant iron rod shot through the top of his head, and that's the good luck. But it's kind of neat because he survives it, right? That's, whenever we talked about the favorite passages, it's the most lucky / unlucky day of this guy's life. Because it's unlucky because he had a rod shot through his head. Kind of his own fault. But lucky that he lived through it. That's the whole point. So let's go ahead and go over it real fast. Number 2, we're talking about open brain injuries. And this is where this unit kind of goes into a little bit of science. For those of you who don't understand some of the science, I want to break it down for you and sort of show you how it works. When you get injured, right? When you bruise your arm or your leg or you twist your ankle or anything like that, it swells up, right? That's the nature of human biology, is that when something gets injured, it swells up. The reason that's important is because this guy injured his brain. See, your ankle can swell up just fine because all of the muscles and all of the ligaments and everything are outside of the bone. So if they swell up, that's fine, there's room to go. But what about if something swells up inside the bone, right? If you get an injury underneath your ribs, it has nowhere to swell, and so oftentimes it'll do is collapse your lung a little bit. You won't be able to breathe as much. Your liver won't have as much room. Your kidneys won't have as much room, and other things get crushed. But in a much worse situation, a brain injury makes your brain swell up. Where's it gonna go? Right? It's got nowhere to go. It's trapped inside your skull. So when it swells up, it can cause very severe problems, and most of the time, people can simply die from it, from brain swelling. This guy doesn't, and the reason that he doesn't is it's an open brain injury, meaning part of his skull is also missing. So there's a place for the brain to expand into, to swell up, and it also gives a place to get all of the fluid that builds up anytime you're injured, somewhere to go. It can drain out of one of the 2 holes. So your job at the beginning here is to answer this poll and pick which reason do you think is the best, because his good and bad battered brain, because it's an open brain injury. Which reason do you agree with the most, that it's good and bad that he had an open brain injury, okay? Just pick the disadvantage on the top and then find some evidence, and that's it. All you have to do is pick the reason that there's a disadvantage for having an open brain injury. Then, ideally, we want to talk to some other people and kind of compare answers, but we can't do that because there aren't any other people. Well, let's go to section 5 here, and we're going to have the discussion. Oh, Hank. Go back here, Hank. Okay. So, they're talking kind of about the benefit / drawback of having an open brain injury, because it is kind of a blessing and a curse in this situation. But I would argue that by and large, it was a blessing for him. If it had been closed, he would have just died right there, right? As soon as the swelling started to happen, that's it, you're done. But because it was open, he lived. Didn't live forever, obviously, but he lived for a while. And it also gave us the ability to study a lot of what was going on in his brain. So here on slide number 7 is the major assignment that we have to do here, where you do all of the reading from the thing. And I know it's more reading, that's a lot of reading for this class this week. There's very little writing. And then all you have to do is go through and answer all of these multiple choice questions. I believe there's like 9? No, there's only 7. Piece of cake. So read through this and do the multiple choice questions. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoy the lesson. I love the story. It's very, very fascinating. Enjoy. I'll talk to you soon.